All right. So find your comfortable seat. And set yourself up in such a way that the lower half of you feels grounded and the upper half of you has room to move into the expanse up above. If it feels okay to close the eyes, you can let them flutter shut. If it feels more comfortable to arrange them differently, go right ahead and do that. If it feels like there's a part of you that's calling for a little extra softening, just let it. Be aware of the places where the body naturally and habitually holds tension. And as you sit and breathe, allow all of your abilities and injuries to be welcome. Allow all of your excitement, all of your apprehension. Allow all of your positivity and negativity. Allow all the things you know and all the questions you have. Allow everything to have a place within. And feel the movement from within as you breathe, and the way that that changes your shape in space. And start to smooth out the edges, the sticky, jagged places on the breath's way in and out. And just in your mind's eye, trace the perimeter of your mat. And just allow it to represent a place for you to feel 100% safe and seen and held for the next 60 minutes of your day. You can spend as much time as you like in this seat. You can seal in any intention you have with a gesture, with a moment. Take your time making your way onto your back whenever you're ready. And when you get there, minimal instruction for me. What feels good often in my body is a twist and a twist. You can take that, but you don't have to. Give yourself plenty of time. And one of the things that I invite you to do that I think will prepare you for some of the other movements I have planned is a happy baby. So if that feels right now, you can reach for the outer parts of your feet or your ankles or your shins. And then just notice what happens as you kind of send the tailbone down towards the mat and squeeze the knees in versus letting the tailbone round up. There's no right or wrong way. Just explore what it feels like in your inner groins and your outer hips. Maybe rock a little from side to side. And let go of your feet, but keep your knees wide. Just start to roll a little, create some momentum. And we've sat like this before. Rock up to a seat, like a feet down boat pose, but feet as wide as the mat. We're just going to warm up into the hips. So keep your seat down and keep your hands up. They can do anything you want, like spirit fingers. Let your knees, both of them, drop over to the right. So your left sits bone might pop up. That's fine. Just feel what that's like, and then rock back through center. Drop the knees over to the left. So you have this like 90-90 shape. Rock back through center. We'll do one more to each side, and then we'll hold. And the next time your knees drop over to the right, just stay here and release your hands to the outer parts of your thighs. So just to the floor, like framing the angle of your legs. And then make like a cow shape here. So come all the way up off your left sits bone, send your heart skyward, and then rock back on the left sits bone, just kind of round into the back. So this gets really sticky for me, like that hip flexor area that we were just talking about. Move at a pace that works for you. Just feel and breathe. Stay connected to that smooth breath, the action of inhaling and exhaling that connects you to your body, that connects all of us to each other, this shared breath. And take one more breath here, and then we're just going to do the same thing to the second side. And the next time you're plugged down onto your left sits bone, I'm going to try to do it without my hands. If you need your hands, not a problem. Hands frame out your legs. And then just super simple, like lifting up out of your right sits bone and then back down. When I do this asymmetrical stuff, it's so obvious to me how asymmetrical I am. That's okay. And I promise you, we're going to do a ton of moving and breathing. So just bear with me for this last moment or two of slow flow. Next time your right sits bone's on the floor, come back through center, roll onto your back, hug your knees into your chest, create momentum again. This time roll all the way up and over into a forward fold. Definitely use your hands to help you if that's what makes this more accessible. Keep your blocks nearby, you'll need them shortly. And let your head hang, let your neck, your jaw go. Keep your hands on the blocks or the floor wherever they fit. Straighten your right leg a little bit and just keep rocking from side to side. Bend into your right knee, straighten your left leg a little bit. Shoulders soft, head heavy. Both knees bend a little bit. Widen your feet as wide as the mat. Bring your blocks just underneath your shoulders. I'm keeping mine at the lowest height because we're going to use them, but you can keep them at any height. And put more of a bend in your knees. Start to keep your knees tracking over the second toe as you let your hips sink down. So kind of like Malasana. You don't have to go all the way down. I know it's early and I know some of you have a really hard time with this pose. Honor those rough edges, right? You don't have to push it. That's not the point of the practice. And then put your hands down, lift your hips to the sky. Keep your right foot as it is. Send your left leg to the back of the mat. Lower your left knee down. Take an inhale just to kind of settle in. I'll give you the flow where we're going, and then you'll do a couple rounds on your own. Left hand to the floor as you inhale, right arm to the sky, just like a twist. Right hand down, catch your breath, and then push your right leg straight as you send your hips back. Bend into your right knee, come back to a twist, and then make that just series of movements. Coordinate with your breath. Take a few. The next time you bend into your right knee, pause there. Slide the right block away from you. Actually, keep the right block where it is. Slide the left block away. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, and then step your left foot just outside the block. So uh, your feet are pretty wide and staggered. I already messed this up. It's okay. Inhale, roll your way up to stand. Send your arms up and overhead. And then take your right wrist with your left fingertips and lean over to the left. Big side body stretch. Push down into the feet. Inhale, come through center. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. You're wide in your stance, it's okay. Inhale, look up halfway, hands to shins or fingertips to the earth. As you exhale, soften the knees, plant the palms. Step your right foot back to a lunge. So you're set up in like a really traditional lunge position. Lower your right knee to the mat. Tent up on fingertips. Round into the spine, look down the front body. Let your left knee really draw forward of your toes. Big right hip flexor stretch again. And send your left knee just over your ankle. Roll your way up to a low lunge. Send your arms to the sky. Deeper side body stretch, same side. Grab your right wrist, lift up and over to the left. Your right ribs, your right hip wrapping forward. Big breath here. Inhale through center, exhale, sweep your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, right thumb on top. Elbows can stay bent or your arms can straighten as you draw your knuckles down. Lift your heart up, big peel open of the front body. Release your hands, frame your foot, step back to downward facing dog. Just sit with asymmetry for a moment. Full palm pressing down into the mat. The knees can stay bent as you inhale, ripple your way forward to the top of a push-up plank. You can absolutely do this on your knees as you exhale. Soften the knees, hips towards the heels and then towards the sky. So it's just this really fluid down dog action. Inhale to plank. Exhale with knees bent. Slowly make your way back to dog. One more inhale to plank. And exhale to down dog. And just breathe. Breathe your breath. Walk your thumbs to touch. Walk your feet wide. And then baby step, walk forward, forward, forward. Feet to the top of the mat, wide of your hands. Turn your toes out, bend your knees, sink your hips. That malasana that feels okay, that feels safe. Keep your knees tracking wide so you're really getting into the inner groins. And then hands to the mat, hips to the sky. We're going to do the same thing on the second side. Right foot steps back, right knee lowers down. You can use a block under your right hand. As you inhale, it's a twist. Left hand comes down to block or floor as the left leg straightens. And just move and breathe. Just like you. And you change every day. Give yourself the very great privilege of accommodating what's coming up today. The next time you find yourself bending back into your left knee, stay there, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee. Step your right foot just underneath your hip so you have like a weird wide stance. You can move your blocks off to the side, roll your way up to stand, arms to the sky. Take your left wrist, side body stretch, lift up and over to the left. Inhale your way through center, exhale to fold forward over two long legs. Inhale for a halfway lift, and then step just your left leg back to a lunge, left knee down, tent up on fingertips. I'm just taking my sweatshirt off. Look down the front of your body and let your right knee draw forward beyond the toes. Back the knee up right over the ankle. Roll your spine up, arms to the sky for a traditional looking lunge. Take your left wrist with your right fingertips, lean up and over to the right. So you have that huge deepening sensation in the left front. Inhale to center. Sweep your hands behind you, left thumb on top this time, either elbows bent or arms straight. Doesn't matter to me. Roll your shoulders open, peel your chest up towards the sky. Make space. Hands release, they frame out your right foot. Step your way back to down dog. And then 3 undulations here. Make them work for you. They can be just like the ones I offered. They can be quite different. Inhale to plank. Exhale to down dog. Lower your knees to the mat. You can untuck your toes, walk your hands back as you put your seat on your heels. Walk your hands behind your feet and then symmetrically peel your chest up. So it's like a modified camel pose. I like to rock weight from hand to hand here. You let your head get involved. No pressure on the neck or the throat. And walk your hands forward. Tuck your toes, please, for table. And then use your inhale to let your belly drop, let your heart lift, slide the tips of your shoulders down your back. As you exhale, round. Inhale with toes tucked, belly drops, heart lifts, tailbone tilts up. As you exhale, round into the spine. Also coil the right knee towards the nose. Inhale, send the right leg back, reach your heart forward. Exhale, knee to nose, tent up on fingertips, step your right foot between your palms. Peel your left knee up off the mat, crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Squeeze the inner thighs in. And then circle your left heel down, widen the arms, warrior 2, please. Use your left leg, send the thigh back in space. Straighten your right leg, flip your right palm, sail up and back for a radiant warrior. Lift up, not up and back, just up with your right fingertips. Big side body stretch even here. As you exhale, bend into the knee, forearm to thigh, left arm circles up and overhead for a extended side angle pose. We'll do that 3 more times. Reverse your triangle, side angle, right? I'm gonna leave it up to you to coordinate your movement with your breath so that it becomes really just like a meditation in motion. Breathing and moving. I'm on my last one. If you're ahead of me, you can get an extra cycle or enjoy some stillness for a moment. If you're behind me, don't worry. From side angle, look down, please. Release your hands inside your right foot. Crawl all the way towards the left foot, Skandasana. So option to keep the blade edge of the foot parallel with the top of the mat, or you can send your toes up towards the sky. Keep your left knee wide, like over your big toe. Walk your hands under your shoulders, straighten your left leg, spin your right heel in. We'll set up for goddess. Bend your knees a little bit and eagle wrap, right elbow under left as you come up to stand. Settle into your seat, draw your ribs back. From here, as you exhale, keep your eagle wrap. Let your elbows reach down. So you have this big upper back stretch. Let your shoulder blades peel apart. And then as you inhale, straighten the legs. Elbows reach up. So you have that opposite action. Exhale, bend into the knees, widen the knees over the littlest toes. As the elbows come down, you get that big upper back stretch. Inhale, straight legs, elbows reach up. It's okay if you're wobbling, I am. Last one, exhale, elbows reach down, almost like between the legs, widen the knees as you sit. And then straighten the legs, elbows up, up, up. Untangle the arms as you turn the toes in, heels wide, arms to the sky. Exhale, fold. Catch your breath. Crawl your way towards the top of the mat. Frame out your right foot with or without blocks. Supported warrior three. Spin up onto the ball of your left foot and then float your left leg. Just hip height will do. Ground through the whole right foot and then kick through your left heel as you reach the crown of your head forward. Breathe here. Breathe into the back body, the back of the kidney bands. Left foot steps to meet your right. If your hands are on blocks, wonderful, keep them there. Bend into your left knee. Reach your right fingertips to the sky. IT band stretch. So good. Right hand down. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, soften the knees, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Lower your knees to the mat. You're in table. Keep your toes tucked. Inhale, belly drops, heart lifts. Exhale, round. Inhale, toes are tucked, please. Cow spine, we're going to add after this. As you exhale, cat spine, left knee coils in towards the nose. Inhale, shoot the leg back, send your heart forward. Exhale, knee to nose, tent up on fingertips, step forward. Peel your right knee up off the mat, crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Exhale, warrior two. We're moving and breathing here. You know where we're going. We're going to start all together in a reverse triangle. And then you have 3 or 4 pulses, depending on the flow of your breath, in and out of extended side angle pose and reverse triangle. I'm on my last round, but you don't have to be. From the last time you make your way to extended side angle pose, look down, hands to the mat, crawl your way to the right, safe Skandasana, or toes up Skandasana. They're both safe, hopefully for you. I just think of this one as less weight bearing. And then push your right leg straight, spin your left heel in so you can bend the knees for a goddess situation, left elbow under. So bend into the knees and then track the knees over your pinky toes. That's the hard part. Let the elbows draw down, pull your shoulder blades apart, and then come up to stand, elbows to the sky. Just a few more like that, 2, maybe 3. The next time you're upright, untangle the arms to the sky, turn your toes in, heels out, and then fold forward. Wide-legged forward fold. Crawl your way to the top of the mat. Use your blocks or not. Warrior three with your hands down. Find length. Kick through your right heel. Reach out through the crown of your head. Square off your hips. Engage your abdominals to protect the low back. And step your right foot to meet your left foot. Bend into your left knee. Bend into your right knee. Reach your left fingertips to the sky for a IT band stretch. Left hand down. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. You're in plank pose. You can do this with your knees down or your knees lifted. It's a funky kind of up dog. Let your hips sink down. Let your elbows bend a little bit so you can peel your shoulders onto your back. Heart moves forward. Legs are engaged. As you exhale, down dog. We'll do 3 more of those. Inhale all the way through to a knees down or a knees lifted, funky up dog. Exhale to down dog. 2 more. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And out. Right leg to the sky. Please bend your knee, open your hip. You can make a circle. Look forward, step your right foot wide of your right little finger. Keep your left knee lifted this time. Squeeze your knee in towards your tricep. Send your heart forward and fire up your back leg. Crown of the head reaches forward. Heart is bright. Connect to your breath. Last breath in. As you exhale, push your right leg straight just for a moment. You can keep the foot wide. Inhale, bend into the knee. As you exhale, step your left foot between your hands. So you have that asymmetrical wide stance. Soften your knees from here as you inhale, chair pose. Hands to heart center, please. And then twist. Left elbow, listen, left elbow inside the left knee. Push the knee against the elbow, push the elbow against the knee. Keep the whole bottom of both feet grounded, and then peel your chest up and open to the right. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Sit low. Take one more breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to find the fullest expression of your twist. And then unwind, hands to the mat. Roll your way up to stand. Put a little bend in your left knee. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh and sit into a chair with a hip stretch. Stand up on your left foot. Bring your right knee in toward your belly. Ooh. As you exhale, warrior three, no hands this time. You can sweep the hands behind you like an airplane. Heart forward, shoulders squeezing back behind you. Bend into your left knee so much that your right foot finds the back of the mat, hands to the ground. Left leg up and back to the sky, down dog split. Bend your knee, open your hip. Breathe in. As you exhale, step your foot wide of your left hand. Right knee stays lifted. Squeeze thigh into tricep. Tricep pushes out against the thigh. Really active. Last breath in here. As you exhale, you can keep the foot wide. Just a moment of relief. Let the left leg straighten. Inhale to bend into the knee, exhale. Weird asymmetrical stance at the top of your mat. Look up halfway. Bend the knees, reach the arms to the sky, chair pose. Hands to heart. Right elbow inside right knee. And work on keeping the knees on the same plane. So this is a little bit of a different action than legs together. You really have to churn the belly open. Keep breathing, right? When we breathe through challenge. Last breath in. Your exhale is the fullest expression of your twist, and inhale to unwind, hands to the mat, legs straighten, flubber out the lips, and roll your way up to stand. Little bend in your right knee so you can hook your left ankle over your right thigh. All the good feels. And then stand on your right foot. Bring your left knee in towards your belly. Send the left leg back as you lean your heart forward. A moment of airplane. Bend into your right knee so your left foot can find the floor. Hands to the mat. Step back. Down dog. And then I'm going to leave the next 6 or so breaths up to you as I give you a mini preview of what's to come. I'm resting. We are going to string all 3 of those little blocks of movement together. So we're going to have a really long right side. We'll have a moment in between, and then we're going to have a really long left side, just as a way to kind of strengthen our focus, right? Build our stamina. So you take another breath, another 2 breaths, right? Slow your breathing, create that container where your breath can move very freely. And then if you're still in down dog or you're not in down dog, let's meet there. Bring the thumbs together, walk the feet wide. Maybe you're ready for a little hop. And then turn the toes out, bend the knees, keep them widening over your littlest toes. Notice if your experience of malasana is shifting at all. And then hips to the sky, left foot steps back. Left knee to the mat. We're not going to do as many repetitions. Let's stay together. Inhale, come to a twist here. Exhale, right hand down and right leg straightens. Inhale, bend back into the knee, tuck the left toes. Exhale, step forward. You're in a weird forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Take your right wrist with your left fingertips, lean up and over to the left. Come through center, release the hands. Waterfall your front body forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your palms, step your right foot back to a lunge. Lower the right knee down. Inhale, arms to the sky, and we'll deepen that side body. Right wrist, pull yourself up and over to the left. Inhale through center, release your hands behind you, right thumb on top. You know your options, they're unlimited. And then release your hands, frame out your left foot, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale to ripple forward plank. Exhale, soften the knees as you float back to down dog, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist, like a core plank. We did this with the knee down. Inhale, send the leg up and back to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrist, this time step forward. Crescent lunge, arms rise. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle pose. Stay here, breathe. Look down, release the hands. Just crawl to the middle of your mat. Wide-legged forward fold. Look up halfway, inhale. Crawl back to the top of the mat, frame out your right foot. Supported warrior three, left leg to the sky. Be spacious in your right hip crease. And then as you exhale, soften back into your right knee. Take a big step back. Let your hands frame out your right foot. Right leg up and back to the sky. Down dog split. Bend your knee, open the hip. If you want to take an extra moment here and flip your dog, we really haven't done too much back bending tonight. Totally up to you. When you're ready, right foot steps wide of the right hand. Heart forward, squeeze the legs towards the midline. And then step your left foot between the hands. Inhale, it's a halfway lift. And then fold. Wide stance for a chair pose, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, twist right, left elbow inside left knee. Push into the hands. Sit lower. Lengthen your spine. Deepen your twist. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, deepen. Unravel, hands to the mat. Roll your way up to stand. Yummy hip stretch. Good. Come up to stand. Right knee towards your belly. Warrior three, that's pleasing to you. Hands can come to heart. You can airplane the arms. Stay really active with your right leg. And then I was playing with this earlier. See if it informs something to like point your toes and flex your foot. Just changes how I feel like my left leg's engaging. Soften into your left knee. Right foot steps back, hands to the mat. Take a child's pose. Just feel the difference side to side. That was a long side. Feel what's coming up for you. As you feel ready, come back up onto your hands. Thumbs touch, feet are wide to come into down dog. And then it's a wide step, a wide hop to the top of your mat. Toes turn out, knees bend. Final malasana situation. We're taking it from the top. Good. Hands down, hips high, right foot steps back. So it's a lizard. Left fingertips float up, take a twist. One breath, two movements. Left hand down, left leg straightens. Inhale to bend into the left knee. Exhale to step forward, fold forward. Inhale to roll your way up to stand. Take your left wrist with your right fingertips and lean to the right. And we're going to deepen this in a moment. So feel what you feel. Come to center as you inhale. Float forward as you exhale. Step your left foot back. You have this traditional lunge setup. Arms to the sky, low lunge. And deepen your side body stretch. Come through center on the inhale. As you exhale, hands behind you, left thumb on top. Unlimited options here. Feel a big front body opening. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Hands find the floor. Downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, soften the knees as you float your way back to downward facing dog. Left leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. Actually, I think that comes next. Coil the knee towards your nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale up and back. We'll get there. Knee to nose, look forward, step forward. This time it's a crescent lunge, arms to the sky. Oh, that's always such a tough transition. Warrior two. Just one pulse here. Straighten your leg, float back, extended side angle. Look down. Hands under the shoulders, left leg straightens, toes turn in. Wide-legged forward fold. Crawl your way back, frame out your left foot. Hands reach forward for blocks, right leg to the sky. Modified warrior three. And then back into your left knee. Take a big step back with your right foot. Hands come to the mat, frame out the foot. Now left leg to the sky, bend your knee, open your hip. If you'd like to flip your dog, go right ahead. When it's right for you, step wide and then squeeze the legs in towards the midline. Look forward, straighten your left leg. Then back into the knee, step your right foot between the palms. Bend your knees, chair pose. Hands to heart. Twist to the left. Two more deep breaths here. Last one. Fold forward, straighten your legs. Roll up. Hip opener, figure four shape. Last little bit here. It'll be a transition to warrior three. Left knee pulls in, and then tilt your heart forward as you thread your left leg back. Right, it's all about the balance here. Sometimes you can grab that moment, sometimes not so much. Just breathe. Oh, and take a big step back. Hands to the floor. Child's pose is where we'll meet. And from here, if you'd like, you can bend your elbows and bring your thumbs to the space behind the nape of the neck or the tops of the shoulders. Kind of rock weight from elbow to elbow. Catch your breath. And breathe into your back body. You can start to slither your way forward. I'm just gonna make a very simple transition onto the back. And I don't have grand plans for back bends this evening. So if you want to bring a block with you and you want to put a layer back on, restful bridge, supported bridge pose awaits. Once you've gathered your breath, you've collected that smooth inhale, exhale, and just stamp your feet into the floor and slide something underneath you. Maybe a block isn't even what sounds the most appealing this evening, and it's more like a pillow from your couch. You get the idea. And take your time getting set up if you aren't there already. But once you do arrive in your restorative bridge pose, do something with the arms that also feels pretty effortless. It could be a T shape, it could be hands touching your torso somewhere. Play with it. Maybe you don't know without that feeling tone. And then let the skin, let the muscle from the top of the knees drip all the way down the thigh and collect in the hip pocket. We'll let the blood and the lymph and let everything really yield to gravity. There's really just not a lot for you to do in this moment except watch like sand in a timer. All of the contents of your thighs dripping, sifting down into the hips. Perhaps there's a part of you or many parts of you that want to soften as you lie here very supported. You don't have to resist anything that's happening right now. You have a couple more breaths. Right here as you are. Observe and savor the depth and the beauty and the magic of being able to fill your lungs and let it go. The safety and security of knowing that your next breath awaits. When you feel complete here, you can slide the block out from underneath you. And do let yourself neutralize the spine with a twist before you go into anything that looks like a cat shape for the spine, like another happy baby, or just a squeeze of the knees in towards the belly. Just make sure you twist both sides before you do that. And start to finish out your practice in a way that feels wise, in a way that feels really nurturing. Shavasana, final rest. You have blocks, you can use them for underneath the knees, for anything you want. Don't settle for anything less than, and giving yourself this privilege of divine comfort. And once you've found a place that feels the right amount of comfort, you know, close your eyes and really on purpose let go of effort, let go of awareness, and give yourself just the next few moments. Radical simplicity, rest. Stay just as you are for the next few moments. Let your breath begin to deepen naturally on its own. You don't have to force it. You don't have to do anything jarring. And as your awareness returns, recall for a moment the line that you traced with your mind's eye around the perimeter of your mat, this place where you felt really safe to explore all of the angles of yourself, and draw Another circle around, or draw a bigger circle around your mat. It's just an invitation, like a symbol of expanding that circle, that safe space. It doesn't have to be a big circle, right? You work with your comfort level. And then on purpose, roll off your mat and into this circle. Just either side is just fine. Just hold yourself for a moment in fetal position. Whenever you're ready, come back to a seated position right where we started. Your eyes can stay closed or your gaze cast down, whatever works. And connect to the earth beneath you. Feel your seat very firmly rooted in something unyielding. You feel the crown of your head lift up towards something infinite. And soften the space between. The physical shape that creates a home for you. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and bow your chin to your chest, just as a way of honoring all of you. I cannot thank all of you enough for showing up here and creating a really incredible space for all of us to really just be ourselves. I wholeheartedly bow to you. Namaste, my friends.